Welcome to this week's web class. This week, we are discussing how developing your passions can lead you to your purpose. I'm Keisha Golder, and I help women define their unique purpose so they can live a life they created on their own terms. I also created the Your Life Purpose Makeover Journey. This makeover journey is a 3-stage, 9-step program developed to help you change your life. But it'll be more on that later on. I want to take a second to remind everyone that there will be a question and answer section towards the end of the presentation. So if you can hold all questions until then, I would greatly appreciate it. Before we jump into tonight's topic, let's recap what we talked about last week. Last week, we talked about vision, why you need to create a vision for your life, the difference between vision and goals, and how they both can help you find your purpose. And I also shared with you techniques you can use to create a vision for your life. So, tonight, what are we going to learn? We are going to learn the importance of both passion and purpose and the role that they play in your life, how the right passion can lead you to your purpose, and lastly, how you can connect your passion and purpose to the life you want to live. Let's jump right on in. So, the importance of passion and purpose and the role that they play in your life. So before we can understand how passion can lead to our purpose, we have to understand each of these things individually and the big part that they play in our lives. What is passion? Passion is a strong, powerful desire for something. It can be anything. You have people that are passionate about singing. You have people that are passionate about writing. You have people that are passionate about traveling. It can be anything, but the desire is extremely powerful. Passion is also emotional. It's connected to your abilities as well as your desires. And passion is what you love to do, and you do it well. And when you do it, you do not feel stress. So when you hear someone say that they're passionate about cooking, and then you suggest that they start their own catering business, but they tell you no, because they don't want to feel the pressure of having to constantly perform this task of cooking for people where it's no longer fun for them. It no longer helps to relieve their stress. It no longer is like an escape for them when it becomes a job. So this is what passion is about. We all should have passion in order to be successful, because when we're passionate about something, we are oftentimes more dedicated to it. We want to be the best at it. We want to be the master of whatever this particular thing is that we're passionate about. And passion can also help boost your confidence. And it's been shown that people who are confident become successful. So, what is purpose? Purpose is the reason you do something. Purpose is connected to the understanding of the reason for living. And purpose is behind your unique life story. So you can think of purpose as a measuring system for success and impact. It gives your life direction, and it keeps you focused. And when you have purpose, life becomes a little bit more meaningful because you know why you are who you are and how you got there. So for purpose, we all have our own unique stories. There are no two people that are going to share the exact same story. They may be similar, but they're not going to be the exact same thing. And even if they are extremely similar, the purposes behind those stories are going to be completely different. You can think of purpose like perspective. It could be me and you in a room and we're both looking at the same picture, but we are going to explain the picture differently when we're asked what it is that we see based off of our perspectives or based off of our purposes. So if I love to travel and I'm traveling because I'm passionate about it, but I also make sure that every time I travel, I go to places that are not the tourist areas or the places that are known for tourism. I go to the places where the people that live there are, and I make it my best ability to help them. But whether it's I collect items to give to orphanages, or if I collect items to give to school children, or if I just spend some time maybe with the elders, helping them in any way that I can. So my purpose, my passion is traveling, but my purpose is helping those that I am encountering while I travel. Someone else's passion can also be purpose. Someone else's passion can also be traveling, but they don't travel to help people. They travel to learn more about the culture. So instead of reading about it in a book, they want to actually go there. They want to actually share in the experiences of the people in these places, and then they can bring it back and teach it to children who are here in the United States. So everyone's purpose is going to be different. And that's what makes us all unique in life. What are your differences between passion and purpose? So purpose is based on conviction. Passion is based on energy, feeling, and interest. Purpose is for a lifetime. Passion can burn out for overtime. Passion can burn out over time. So when someone is following their purpose, when someone's living in their purpose, or they know they have a purpose, that is for an extended period of time. Yes, there are instances where someone's purpose may change, but purposes carry on forever. Sometimes passions can change just as easily as we change our hair, just as easily as we change our clothes. You can wake up today, be passionate about makeup, and then tomorrow you wake up and you're passionate about something completely different because you're no longer interested in makeup. Passion can just fade away as our interest in things fade away. And it's nothing wrong with that. We've all had a friend, and I definitely know that I have, where every time you turn around, they're into this new thing. And maybe they're into it just because it's a fad. Maybe they stick with it for a longer period than the fad, but it always wanes off because the interest fades. It's like as long as it's holding your attention, you're passionate about it. But the minute it no longer holds your attention, it's gone. And that's why a lot of times when people just go and do things based off of passion, they aren't successful because it's fleeting. It comes and it goes. Now, if you're following your passion and you make sure that you have purpose behind it, it's able to sustain longer, possibly a lifetime. So now, how can the right passion lead you to your purpose? We're all passionate about multiple things. So how are we going to know how these passions connect to our purpose? You make a list. In most of my web classes, you hear me talking about sharing time with yourself to really dig deep and understand what it is that you want and how it connects to your purpose. This is no different. So you make a list of all of the things that you love, everything that you love, and you make a list of or you put your purpose there on the other side of the page. Now, how do all of these things that you love connect to your purpose? You're going to connect the dots. If it's something on that list that you love that does not connect to the dot of your purpose, that's fine. It's not saying that you have to give it up or that you have to walk away from it. You just know that that particular passion, that particular thing that you love is not going to lead you to your purpose. It's also important to know that how we feel about the things that we do will let us know whether we're headed in the right direction or not. Because remember, we deal with things on a holistic realm. That means mind, body, soul, and spirit. So if you're doing things that you're passionate about and you feel good about doing them, and they lead to your purpose, then I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10 that you're on the right path. But if you're doing things and they connect to your purpose, but they don't help you feel better about yourself, or they don't help you feel good about what you're doing at all, whether it's on an individual level or higher, a world level, if you don't feel good about it, why are you doing it? Because that means it's not fulfilling to you. And remember, our purpose is we want to be fulfilled when we're following our purpose. So you have to pay attention to how you feel about things when you're doing them. If they make you uneasy, if they make you feel anxious, step away from them, because they're not going to lead to a good place for you. Whether it's connected or not, that just may not be the route that you need to take to follow your purpose. These are all the things that we have to remember, or that we have to tap into sometimes. I know that we like to just, hey, I'm passionate about this, and if I'm passionate about this, it can lead to this, but we don't pay attention. We don't do those self-check-in moments where we take the time to check in and say, how am I really feeling about this? Does this make me feel good? Does this make me say, I'm living within my purpose, I'm walking the right path? If it doesn't, step away and then rethink how you can use your purpose and passion together. So I'm going to give you some examples of passion and how they relate to purpose. So we have learning. I am a lifetime learner. I have said that as early as I can remember. I've always said that I am a lifetime learner. Does that mean I'm going to continue to go to college and earn degrees? Probably not, because, that's a lot of money. But I can go and take courses, and I can go and earn certifications. And how does that help me as far as purpose? Learning helps me to find career success, because the more focused I am on learning these things that are in my realm of my purpose, and I get really clear on the things that I'm good at, the things that I enjoy, that success is going to come. If my passions are uplifting others, then I know that my purpose can be inspiring others. And that could be by sharing my story, whatever that story may be, or you sharing your story and showing people that just because you started off here does not mean this is where you have to stay. You can use your trials and tribulations to move on to something greater and better. If my passion is teaching, I may want to teach children who are in underprivileged, underserved areas, because they're not getting the type of education that other children are getting. If my passion is entrepreneurship, what purpose does that serve? It will serve the purpose of achieving life balance. Because when you're an entrepreneur, yes, you're running a business, but you work for yourself. You make your own schedule. You are able to do things in your time and on your time. If your passion is about making society better, your purpose, making community contributions that are going to help the community overall. So that your passions can easily connect to a purpose. You just have to really sit and think about those things that you're truly passionate about, because every passion does not lead to a purpose. Now, how can you connect your passion and purpose to live the life you want? We are going to examine our lives. Why are we going to examine our lives? Because I just said, sometimes we get so caught up in the day-to-day and the things that are around us that we don't check in. So in order to fully be able to connect, we need to check in. Where we are on our journey, how far we've progressed on our journey, how we feel about our journey so far. And are we in alignment with what we feel our purpose is? The next thing that you can do to connect your passion and your purpose is to live with conviction. What do I mean when I say live with conviction? Every day that you wake up and breathe God's air, you are going to make sure that your passions and your purpose and your beliefs and values are reflected in how you live your life. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Because the truth is, it becomes easier to live within your purpose when you reflect it in your daily routine, because it's second nature. You don't have to worry about someone saying, you're fake. That's not your purpose, because yesterday you were doing this. And a person's whose purpose is whatever you may be, or whatever your purpose may be, would not live like that. So you have to make sure that you are living intentionally within that purpose, and everything that you believe is reflected through your words, your actions, your thoughts. All of these things are extremely important when you are trying to define your purpose and find it and live within it. The next step to connecting passion and purpose is redirecting your purpose. And you're probably thinking, well, I want to connect them. I don't want to redirect them. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes all passions are not going to lead to your purpose. So if you are feeling that you're using too much of your energies and your abilities are not being used in the correct way for your purpose, you may have to redirect that passion. Going back to the example of traveling, if you are finding that you're spending far too much time in airports or far too much time not gaining the actual experience of the travel or getting the experience of dealing with the native people to wherever you're going, you may want to change how you go about following that purpose, because you're utilizing your abilities in a draining way, not a motivating way, and not a way that is going to help you or help others. It's going to wear you down, which will easily discourage you and make you feel like it's no point in following your purpose. And the fourth way to connect your passion and purpose is to embrace new opportunities. Why would you want to embrace new opportunities? Because where you at in this moment does not mean that is where you are supposed to stay. And there may be opportunities that you've never thought about. And if you shut them down before they even get a chance to be explored, how are you going to know if that's along the line of your purpose? So the goal is to not be stuck where you are in this moment. The goal is to actually see the bigger picture, to see what your purpose is, how everything is going to fit into that picture. And if that means picking up today and moving clear across country tomorrow because there is a new opportunity for you and you feel that that opportunity is better and more aligned, accept it. Don't question it, because everything is not going to be in the place that you are right now. You want to expand, you want to learn, you want to grow. That is the whole point of finding your purpose, finding out these different things about yourself, because you want to grow. You don't want to stay stagnant. And the last way to connect your passion and purpose is to make major adjustments. Small adjustments are good, but sometimes you really have to shake things up. You really have to see if you can stand the pressure, if you can handle all of the things that are going to be thrown at you. And why play it small when you already know that you deserve more and you already know that you want more? Playing small is not going to help you get what you want. It's not going to help you get the life that you want to live the way that you want to live it. Playing small is going to keep you living the life that someone else tells you that they want you to live. So here is something that I want everyone to remember. Passions are good to have, but you have to make sure that you have a purpose behind them so that you can live within your purpose, create the life that you want, and live on the terms that you want. Now, if anyone has any questions for me, feel free to put them in the chat box or unmute yourself and ask the question. You can keep in touch with me. I am on Facebook at Coach Keisha Golder, YouTube at Keisha Golder, LinkedIn, Keisha Golder, and of course, my website, KeishaGolder.com. Next week, we are going to talk about how living in alignment leads you to finding your purpose. So here's the Your Life Purpose Makeover Journey picture again. I told you it was a 3-stage, 9-step program. In this weekly web class, we talked about step 8, which is purpose. We also talked about step 5, which is passion and interest. And in talking about those 2 steps, we also talked about step 1, where you want to be, knowing yourself. You have to know yourself in order to know what your passion and interests are. You have to know yourself in order to understand what your purpose can be. Everything in this roadmap is connected. Everything in our lives are connected. We just have to make sure that we're taking the necessary steps to get to these places so that we are very clear and understanding of them, so that we can, it's like a puzzle. You have to make sure that the pieces fit together before you can move on to the next one. And that's what this roadmap is about. You work on knowing yourself, defining who you are, where you want to be, what values you have, what you believe in. Is what you believe in alignment with your purpose and who you are, as well as your values? These are all important things that we talk about. Also, knowing your environment. What are your skills and talents? How can those be used to help you in your purpose, your passion and interest? What experiences do you have? How does this relate to your purpose? Are you going to have to invest in learning something else? Are you going to utilize your experience to help you build on your skills and your passions so that your purpose can come to fruition? Everything is connected and everything leads us to our purpose. And we define what our purpose is. once we're able to clearly and purposefully define everything else in this roadmap. And if you have any questions about anything on this roadmap or wanted to talk specifically about a step that I may not have had a class on or anything, you are free to always reach out to me. And either I'll do a video on it, or we can do a call and just get a better understanding of what it is that you want to know about that step. So I thank everyone for joining me tonight. And of course, I look forward to seeing you all